This time on Roadworthy Rescues, I put a Thunderbird back on the road after 30 years and make it look killer, and then that immediately happens to me. That's fine.
Have you ever watched a show so genuine, so deeply connected to its roots, that you felt like you were right there alongside the host, with the wrench in hand, grease under your fingernails? And then, without warning, it's gone. No grand farewell, no final lap around the track, just silence? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Roadworthy Rescues, the show that wasn't just about fixing cars, it was about reviving forgotten dreams. What really caused its sudden demise? Was it low ratings, creative burnout, or something far more complicated? Strap yourself in, because what you're about to hear isn't just about a TV show. It's about passion, corporations, and the tough choices that leave even the strongest engines sputtering to a halt. Before the bright lights, the cameras, and the polished episodes, there was just one man, Derek Bieri, a Midwestern kid with a big dream, a modest garage, and a stubborn belief that no vehicle, no matter how beat up, was ever truly beyond saving. In a world where reality TV often feels anything but real, Derek was different. His YouTube channel, Vice Grip Garage, wasn't some carefully crafted brand. It was him, pure and simple. Each video showed Derek doing what he loved most, rescuing forgotten vehicles from barns, fields, and back alleys, coaxing life back into machines that hadn't turned over in decades. No million-dollar builds, no endless sponsorship shoutouts. Just one guy, a bag of old tools, a lot of sweat, and a healthy dose of hope. He didn't talk down to his audience. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was inviting viewers into his world, greasy gloves and all. And slowly but surely, the internet took notice. As Derek's subscriber count climbed and his name became a whisper on car forums and YouTube comment sections, bigger players started paying attention. And one of them was MotorTrend. They weren't just looking for another slick show about restoring rare cars. They wanted authenticity. They wanted a heart. They wanted someone who made you believe that a seized engine wasn't the end of the road, rather. It was just the start of a new adventure. Thus, Roadworthy Rescues was born. This wasn't just a YouTube series with a bigger budget. It was a celebration of everything Derek stood for. Each episode would follow him across America, tracking down rusted-out relics, and against all odds, getting them running again. It was a simple premise, but it tapped into something universal. Hope, redemption, the beauty of refusing to give up when everyone else has walked away. When the first season aired in 2022, it hit audiences like a bolt of lightning. They got to see a man who didn't just talk about the good old days, but rather he lived them. Every scene felt genuine. Every busted knuckle, every stubborn starter motor, every heart-pounding moment when a long-dead engine finally coughed back to life. It was all real. And Derek didn't just rescue the cars. He rescued their stories. The old pickup that had carried a family through hard times. The muscle car a father and son had planned to restore before life got in the way. The forgotten classics that once roared down American highways and now sat silent, gathering dust and memories. With Derek at the wheel, viewers weren't just watching restorations, they were witnessing resurrections. The show wasn't flashy, it wasn't fake, it was real, raw, and beautiful. And for 3 glorious seasons, Roadworthy Rescues kept that spirit alive. But if the show was doing everything right, why did it vanish without a real goodbye? Because sometimes even the purest passions aren't enough to survive the brutal reality of the business world. Behind the scenes, the ground was shifting, and not in a good way. In a move that shook the entertainment world, Warner Bros. Merged with Discovery to form a colossal media empire. On paper, it looked like a powerhouse move. In reality, it buried the new company under an eye-watering $45 billion of debt. When you owe that much money, you don't have the luxury of nurturing smaller projects. You have to slash and burn. You have to make sacrifices even when it hurts. And MotorTrend, despite its passionate fan base, wasn't spared either. As Warner Bros. Discovery scrambled to lighten its load, MotorTrend was pushed onto the auction block, eventually sold off to Hearst magazines. But before the ink on that deal was even dry, they gutted MotorTrend's original content division. Entire production teams were laid off. Entire shows were axed, seemingly overnight. Roadkill, gone. Dirt every day, gone. And right there in the crossfire was Roadworthy Rescues. It didn't matter that the fans loved it. It didn't matter that Derek was at the top of his game. In the cold math of debt reduction, Roadworthy Rescues was just another number to erase. As if losing their content creators wasn't enough, MotorTrend made another fateful decision, abandoning their standalone streaming service. In a bid to drive subscriptions, they moved shows to Discovery Plus and Max. But this move fractured their audience. Viewers who had loyally subscribed to MotorTrend Plus for years felt abandoned. Some refused to sign up for the bigger, pricier services. Others simply got lost in the shuffle. Viewership dropped, engagement faltered, and shows like Roadworthy Rescues, which depended on a tightly knit, loyal fan base, suffered most of all. It was death by 1,000 cuts, and most of those cuts were invisible to the casual viewer until it was too late. When the news finally broke that Roadworthy Rescues was canceled, the internet erupted. Fans flocked to Reddit, to Facebook groups, to YouTube comments, venting their frustration and heartbreak. How could they cancel the only real car show left? Derek kept it real. He deserved better. This is why we can't have nice things anymore. The anger wasn't just about losing a favorite show. It was about losing trust, losing faith that passion could survive in a world ruled by bottom lines and boardroom decisions. And yet, amid the frustration, there was a deeper thread: gratitude. Gratitude for every episode, every story, every stubborn, rusty engine that Derek refused to give up on. If anyone thought the cancellation would break Derek Bieri, they didn't know him very well. Instead of fading away, Derek did what he always does when faced with a challenge. He rolled up his sleeves and got back to work. Vice Grip Garage roared back to life with more energy than ever. Today, Derek's channel continues to grow by leaps and bounds. He's reached over 2.22 million subscribers and counting. He's producing content on his own terms again. No scripts, no corporate overlords. Just Derek, a rusty relic, a dream, and the open road ahead. There's even buzz about future collaborations with old friends, maybe even David Freiberger himself. While nothing official has been announced, the idea alone has fans buzzing with excitement. The truth is, Derek never needed a network to validate his passion, and now, free from their influence, he's once again unstoppable. Before we draw the hood on this story, let's remember why Roadworthy Rescues mattered so much. The epic resurrection of the Bandit, the 1981 Camaro that roared back to life like a phoenix from the ashes. The emotional revival of the 1970 Chevelle SS, dripping with nostalgia and memories. The stubborn, temperamental 1967 Mustang Fastback that fought Derek every step of the way and taught us all that the best victories are the hard-earned ones. And dozens of lesser-known gems, including the 1966 Pontiac Tempest, the 1928 Ford Model A, the rugged Oldsmobiles, the overlooked Chevrolets, all brought roaring back thanks to one man's refusal to quit. Each of these rescues wasn't just a fix. It was a promise that nothing truly good is ever lost forever. So maybe the end of Roadworthy Rescues isn't a tragedy at all. Maybe it's just the closing of one chapter and the roaring, screeching, diesel-fueled opening of another. Because passion like Derek's, it doesn't burn out. It just finds a new road to travel. And if you're still out there chasing your own broken dreams, remember, all it takes is a little grit, a lot of heart, and the belief that even the rustiest rides still have one more journey left in them. If you love taking this journey back through Roadworthy Rescues with us, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and tell us in the comments which one of Derek's amazing rescues was your favorite. Was it the roaring Bandit, the stubborn Mustang, or a hidden gem? We'd love to hear your stories too. Stick around because this ride isn't over yet.